What is up, good people of YouTube? Where you at? It's Friday, bitches, and I feel fucking great today. I actually fell asleep during when I was in Bert's hangout. That kind of sounded kind of shitty. I was really fucking tired, and I was laying in bed, and I fucking left the phone. Anyway, I slept like fucking 12 hours, so man, I just I caught up on my sleep, and I'm doing good. And I know you're all happy for me. So I'm happy for you, for being happy for me. Anyway, it's Friday, bitches, and it is fucking cold here in Detroit, Michigan. I just got out of the car, and the temperature thing said 18. 18 fucking degrees, man. Ooh, fuck cold. Fucking cold. Coffee's still hot, so it's not the dead of winter, because usually I can tell by the temperature outside. By the time I drive down, grab my coffee, and come back, it's usually pretty drinkable. It's not quite perfectly drinkable yet. But anyway, I want to start this video by answering a question Ed Dana asked his subscribers, and I'm one of Ed Dana's happy subscribers, so I'm going to include myself in this question that he asked. Now, I was going to play the question so that we could get it right, but as you can see, I restarted my computer, and now it wants to fucking update everything and all that good stuff. So, anyway, what Ed asked, very sober, he asked that, what's freedom of speech? If you can explain the whole thing to me. And that's a little odd to me, because Ed's an American. He was born and raised here. So you would think he would know what freedom of speech is, unless he was indoctrinated. Now, I could see, during the time he grew up, a lot of people, when Ed was growing up, a lot of people were protesting and anti-communism and stuff. And then there was other people that got on the other side, and they were like, no, we're communists. We like communism. So Ed could have got indoctrinated into the communist regime. I could totally see that by the things he says and what he does. So anyway, so freedom of speech, Ed, is freedom of speech. To me, it is one of the core foundational building blocks of any decent society. Freedom to speak, freedom to say, hey, I don't like the orange man in office. Freedom to say, hey, I don't like the black man in office. Now, see, I'm going to get racist. People are going to call me a racist, but not because I said the orange man, because I said the black man. Anyway, so freedom of speech to me, is really important. And I think that freedom of speech on platforms such as YouTube and Facebook is even more important than our day-to-day. Because, today, everybody's on social media. And I think it's really important that, whoa, wow. I got 4 jokers. I think it's really important that we carry over freedom of speech to our social media platforms, because Facebook is a good one to point out, because Facebook is, if I didn't know any better, I'd think Facebook was run by a bunch of communists, or a bunch of Marxists. Same with YouTube. It's getting to the point where you can understand censorship if somebody's getting on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or whatever social media platform. You understand censorship when somebody says something, violent. They're going to kill somebody, or they're going to bully somebody, or they're harassing somebody or bullying them. You understand that type of censorship, but when the powers that be start censoring people just for the fact that they don't like what they said, it's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Because there's I mean, you don't agree with anyone. I mean, nobody even agrees with their spouse, on 100%. It's just, that's how life is. That's what makes us as a human species unique. It's one of the things that makes us very unique is that, we don't agree on things. We debate things, and it's what put us on the moon. It's what brought us to the internet. It's what it's what drives society, is to be able to disagree and research and come up with better ideas. So, yeah, Ed, sorry there, buddy. I know you're I know you're into censorship, which is strange to me because you're a musician, and most musicians I know are heavy anti-censorship type of people. Although on the other side, I've also met a lot of musicians that are kind of Marxist, but at the same time, the one thing they do believe in is freedom of speech. So, yeah, I'm a big believer in freedom of speech. Elmo B, Mr. Elmo B, he found a platform called PewTube, and I will try to put a description. I already got my PewTube channel this morning, and I will put a link down in the comments. Hopefully my computer will be done updating by that point. Mr. Elmo B is on there. You can find him. You can find me, Detroit Wrecker. Same name. Different avatar for me though, because I didn't have a picture of that other guitar that I have on my YouTube channel, so I used a picture of another Les Paul. Mr. Burt Cocaine. Mr. Burt Cocaine is already on YouTube, and you should definitely go check out his uploads. He's already uploaded quite a bit of content, very good quality content, I might say. So yeah, PewTube is a platform that is what they're basically saying. It's like a freedom of speech platform. My idea, which is what I put it out there for. I told you guys back in the summer and like whenever, maybe springtime, I said, boy, it sure would be, if somebody with the right gumption and the right smarts knew how to do it, sure would be nice to have a platform just like YouTube, but a platform where we can have freedom of speech, And again, I'm not saying, you shouldn't be able to go on there and say, I'm going to kill this guy, I'm going to fuck that guy up. Or you shouldn't be able to go on there and do things like comment on underage girls' photos or anything like that, you know what I mean? Or like child molestation or anything like that. That shit, not only should be censored, but it should be taken to the right authorities to make sure those sick people get prosecuted. So anyway, it's Friday, bitches. It's Friday. Got the new Aria Pro Les Paul. You guys saw it in the unboxing video. I took the strings off it. It's been sitting. Felt like shit yesterday. I was gonna set it up yesterday, but I just felt like shit. I had to take the dogs to the vet. Did that and came home. Got back on Bert's hangout and laid down in bed. And the next thing I know, man, I was waking up. It was like 4:30 in the morning. So I've been up ever since, and like I said, feel great for a change. So I got a doctor's appointment here in a little while. Gonna go see the doctor. Back's feeling good. Back's feeling real good. Gave me some. Finally broke down and agreed to take some medication for the sciatica. And it's something I did not want to do, man. I don't like taking anything, Coffee and cigarettes. That's what I like. Anything outside of that. Vitamins, I do. Actually, I've been out of vitamins. I haven't been taking my vitamins the last few months, but I've always been a big, I take a B supplement and a lot of vitamin C. Vitamin C, your body, especially if you smoke these things, vitamin C is like a sponge to nicotine, so take a lot of vitamin C. But outside of that, I don't take not even an aspirin, unless I, the Motrin, the ibuprofen, I take that, but that doesn't really do anything for sciatica. But if it gets really bad, I'll take it. This has been going on for 2 years with the sciatica. Never had back pain in my life. Always had a strong back. Abused my body most of my life, and I know this stuff goes all back to running 90-pound jackhammers and shit like that back when I was a young buck in my 20s. But is what it is, you know. But it's gotten bad a few times where I couldn't even walk hardly. And I actually shouldn't have been even doing the walking that I was, just from the bed to the car that morning. But went to Cedar Point. That's in Sandusky, Ohio, which is not far from Ashton-Beulah, if you're familiar with that area. Went to Cedar Point towards the end of the season. Hadn't been on a roller coaster in 10, 15 years probably. Got on the Magnum and went down the first hill and came back up. And when it pushes you into the seat, I thought I was having a fucking baby. And then I was like, oh no, the sciatica. Now, this is another thing. I think I wrecked a motorcycle real bad when I was about 23, 24 years old. And I'm pretty sure I broke my tip of my tailbone off back then. Never got it x-rayed or anything like that. So that could be the sciatica too. But anyway, nonetheless, finally said to my doctor, I hate to do it, but let's try this medication. So I tried it, been on it for a couple days now, and it's working pretty well, I must say. It's like, it's a medication, non-narcotic medication, and it basically just kind of shuts the nerve off, and it does work. It does work. So, good stuff for me. Back to the new guitar, the Aria Pro. The Aria Pro Deluxe, whatever. I'm trying to date it. Now, there's a guy on here, 123 something 666. He comments on my video. Yeah, man. If you commented on the unboxing about knowing of some forums that regarding Aria Pro guitars, I'm really interested in what forums you're talking about, because I'm trying to get a date this was built, trying to figure out when it was built, and not having a lot of luck. A lot of conflicting information out there about Aria and Aria Pro guitars, you know? Lot of conflicting information. So if you could leave the links or whatever to those forums in the comment section if you watch this video, that would be fantastic. And anybody else out there that can help me to date this guitar, any help. I take any help. I not only do I take help, I also take donations. So, anybody that would like to donate or help me in any way, shape, or form, I'll take it. I think it's my guitar. I think was probably built, from what I know about these guitars, I'm thinking it was probably built in the mid '80s, mid to late '80s. The one I have, so very excited about it. I can see it needs fret polishing and a little bit of concern because there's some few little gouges in the frets, which tells me somebody was trying to get some buzz out or something. So I don't know, we'll see. What I usually do when I get a used guitar or a new guitar is I restring. If it's a new guitar, then I don't bother restringing it. If it's a used guitar, I restring it because I don't want to touch the old strings. I don't like other people's, at least people that I don't know. I don't want their fucking DNA mixing with my DNA. It'll be anarchy. So yeah, so I took the strings off. I'll restring a used guitar. I restring them, and I give them a basic setup, and then I see what I got, and then I go from there. So then, if I have to, make some adjustments, I make my adjustments, and once I get everything right where I want it, then I take the strings off again, and then I usually polish the frets, and then restring it, and then it's set up. Now this one, I don't know whether, like I say, I don't know whether it's going to need a level or just a polish. I hope it just needs a polish, but doesn't really matter to me. I'm pretty confident in my skills, still due to everything I've learned from Will Galvin. Boy, it's just fucking name dropping day. It's not just Friday, bitches, but how many fucking names have I dropped in this video so far? But hey, it is what it is. I fucking learned from these guys. Before that, I used to pay people to work on my guitars. There's not too much I would be afraid to work on. anymore, you know. And I've only been probably working on them maybe 3 years, you know. It's really not much that I'd be afraid to work on, other than like a busted headstock or something like that, or like a refret. You know, I don't think if it was on a real. What I would like to do is go buy a few necks and mess around with them on my own and see, because I'd like to know how to do that stuff. Even though, I mean, how often am I going to do a refret on a guitar, you know? Probably never, unless, you know, I don't know. Anyway, there's something else about frets. Oh, I got to do the, I'm going to do my final review on the Zero Nut, and because I did a small video regarding the installation. It was kind of a disaster video, and it really didn't do the product justice, because it is a really good product. So got a review coming up for that, and then the other thing is with the new guitar, I think I've decided, as you guys know, what I usually do is when I get a new guitar, first thing I do is yank the pickups and put a set of EMG 8185s in it. I don't think I'm going to do that to this guitar. You know, maybe not. Probably. I would go as far to say probably not. I'm not going to rule it out totally. I'm going to see what the pickups are like, and then if I don't like them, I think I may go maybe some Super Distortions. But before I even do Super Distortions, I'd really like to try out the Habanero pickups made by GJ2, Grover Jackson. Fuck, another name. Grover Jackson's company. GJ2 makes pickups called Habanero pickups. Sully uses them, and his guitar, it's fucking name dropping day, I'm telling you. Sully uses them. Sully's Guitar Garage, he uses them in all of his guitars. They've got a Sully's Secret Recipe humbucker, Habanero humbucker, and then there's the Habanero Classic, which goes up in the neck, which sounds like kind of up my alley. So I think I'm probably, I would say I'm like 80% sure that I'm just going to stay with a passive pickup regardless. If the ones in it sound good, I'm just going to leave them. But don't think I'm going to put EMG 8185s in this guitar. But that could all change. I mean, shit for me changes like the fucking weather. Like here in Detroit, you know, it was just a few days ago, or maybe a week ago, it was like 60 degrees out. And